Are you ready for some f***ing racing? PBS Sports and NASCAR, the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, are glad you're here with us here in Lincoln, Alabama at Talladega Super Speedway for the 9th stop in the Winston Cup Series season. It is the Jurassic Park 175. All right, welcome into the climate-controlled PBS Sports booth. My name is Andre the Giant. It's about 274 degrees out on the track, but it is a nice, 71 degrees here in the booth. This is fantastic. Let's take a look at the points. First, the Owners' Championship after 8 races. CMR21, Bryce, and R.A. Kaiser up there in the lead. But let's remember Donnie L. and Jennifer and Angel Olvera. We'll remember those names. Marco Sato had Golden Girls rough bullshit at Sears Point there back in P16. Let's talk about the aforementioned owners. CMR21 has Robin Hood and Harry Balls both in the top 10. Bryce has Dr. Jerry Punch and Mary Lemieux both in the top 10. They're coming off 2 consecutive wins there for the Bryce team. And R.A. Kaiser has Speedy Gonzalez and Benedict Arnold all in the top 10. So those 3 owners really swinging their things around here early. You can see, who else were we talking about? Donnie L. Donnie L has Walter Sobchak there in P7 and William Shakespeare in P15. And Jennifer L. has Mary Lemieux in sorry folks. She has Dale Earnhardt in P3. And the first name over on the right, George Costanza there, P22. The first time we've had to move to the right of the screen to find a top owner driver thing. Angel Olvera was the next name in the Owners' Championship, and they have Bart Simpson in P6. But then they also have, going down there, P28, Elton John. And we'll see what the owners can do here. Anything can happen. Don't fret yet. I'm not gonna just calm down if your cars are bad. Anything can happen the rest of the season, and we're hitting up Talladega where anything can happen. Everyone could die. Nobody knows what could happen here. But let's head down to the track and figure out what's going to happen. See who's going to die. All right, folks, the cars are out on the track. Sweltering heat out there. Let's take a look at the Oscar Mayer Hot Wieners starting grid. Russ Wheeler on the pole. 2 straight bad finishes at Bristol and Sears Point. Rocker 105 has to be getting kind of worried there, the owner of that car. Nothing else crazy in the top 10. Who knows? Who knows what can happen here? These top 10 drivers can easily just move to the back within 2 laps. 11 through 20, George Costanza. We totally skipped him in our field, whatever, at Sears Point, talking about all of the drivers. But George Costanza starting P15. 21 through 30. We have Sally Rye trying to get a top 10 this race. The only driver left that has not gotten a top 10 this season. Pretty incredible. And 31 through 40. Nothing crazy. Again, who knows what can happen. That's just the pace car's about to go off here. And the green flag is going to drop on 66 of the hottest laps you've ever seen on the internet. Russ Wheeler and the Golden Girls for Marco Sato bringing the field through the tri-oval. And of course at Talladega, the start-finish line is all the way down out of the tri-oval toward turn 1. Unique layout here. But everyone's erect, waiting for this start, waiting for that green flag to drop from Ric Flair. The flag. Green flag is out. We are underway at Talladega. And of course, it takes a while for these engines to get up to speed with those restrictor plates on them. We have a rec timer this race. It's going to be about 4 laps and change. So I'm going to stick with you through that.
Still there. Still there.
As I said, 66 hot laps. We have moderate damage and a random caution somewhere this race. We didn't have the random caution at Sears Point.
Heat low.
It did fall, but it might have happened during
Heat low.
while PBS Sports was reviewing replays, or if they went to the bathroom. So it just didn't happen.
Heat low. Still there.
Chuck Nolan and Wayne Deadwilly buried the hatchet this week. They went out to a nice dinner
Heat low.
at PF Chang's, and
Clear.
Wayne Deadwilly paid for the dinner. And, of course, the NASCAR officials awarded Chuck Nolan 6 extra points for Wayne Deadwilly smacking him around in the hairpin turn there at Sears Point. First time we've had to put that rule kind of into effect. We just make stuff up as we go along, but felt it was justice. Yeah. the scales of justice are even right now, I believe.
Clear outside.
Wayne Deadwilly was thinking about penalizing himself with points, but he's already started 50 in the hole. And he's not having a good season, so he needs all the help he can get from the NASCAR officials. And none of this would exist without Wayne Deadwilly's
You're on the bottom. 3 wide.
dedication to the series. So they just give him a break.
Still there. You're on the bottom. 3 wide. Outside.
We've completed 3 laps here in the early going. Not sure who's in the lead out there.
Heat low. You're now in the top 20. You're on the bottom. 3 wide.
The hard-hitting
Outside.
PBS Sports coverage
3 wide.
that you've
Car
come to
outside.
know and
You're on
love.
the bottom. 3 wide. Car outside. You're on the bottom. 3 wide. Car outside. Stay low. You're on the bottom. 3 wide.
These are the dog days
Line.
of our season here in the Winston Cup Series. You know, all the pomp and circumstance and foreplay
Still there.
at the beginning of the season that's kind of waned. It's kind of fallen off. And now we're hitting these next 5-6 races where, you know, you just got to rack up points. And then business picks up in the second half as we hit the home stretch to the end of the season. But these next 6 races, these are huge. Don't overlook them. Anyway, we're on the backstretch of lap 5. We should be good, close to the wreck timer. We'll send it down to Wayne Deadwilly. He's going to be giving us some excellent pictures in his in-car camera and some mediocre commentary.
Stay low.
All right, Wayne, it's all yours.
Thanks, Andre. Pretty good intro there.
Stay low.
But he's right. These are the dog days
You're
of
on
our
the bottom.
season.
3 wide.
And even for me personally, you know, editing and,
Line. Car outside.
you know, the initial excitement of the season is dissipated. And,
Keep low. You're on the bottom. 3 wide.
I mean, I'm just I'm willing myself through these next handful of races until we get to that second half where the intensity jumps up a bit. My name's Adam. Thanks for checking out the video. Hope you're if you've been following along with the season, hope you're having fun. Trying to make it entertaining. I don't know.
You're on the bottom. 3 wide. Outside. You're on the bottom.
It's a very niche audience. Niche? Whatever. Niche. We'll go with niche. It's a very niche audience. NASCAR period. Let alone people that watch races on YouTube.
Car outside. You're on the bottom. 3 wide.
Then you gotta, after the people who watch races on YouTube, then you gotta
Outside. Car outside.
whittle that down more to people that find what I do entertaining
Hold your line.
and not annoying.
Outside. You're on the bottom. 3
So
wide.
if you're watching this right now, hey, thanks.
Still there. You're on the bottom. 3 wide.
These are Talladega is usually the restrictor plate tracks usually grab a few extra clicks in the suggestions when they pop up. So these are 40 fictional drivers, 39 including myself. All paint schemes I've made, just funny, silly stuff. George Costanza from Seinfeld in front of us. Betty Rubble up on the top line. You get the idea. But we have 16 commenters / viewers who own 2 cars each, and I own the other 8 in the field, including myself. And we're giving away money for the Owners' Championship. Totally forgot to mention the prize structure there at the beginning intro, but you get the idea if you read it. We're down to $97 is the prize because one of my teammates won at Denver. The 3 amigos. We have 8 different winners so far this season. We're trying to get to 16. We're halfway there. We need 8 more unique winners.
You're on the bottom, 3 wide.
Really want to break that record from season 1.
Stay low. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Outside.
Don't expect any field summaries this race.
Car outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Car outside.
Unless the field gets spread out a bunch.
Still there. Keep low. Keep low.
So Andre won't be busy, and then Skip Ripley will be on pit road, and I want to try something new with him, especially on these tracks that are just so big and there's a lot of downtime between the rounds of pit stops. I want to try to get into showing some driver stats with their little driver bugs.
3 wide. Outside. Outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide.
Oh shit, I think I forgot to show the Mario Lemieux
You're on the bottom, 3 wide.
winner bug at the end of that Sears Point race, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, and PBS apologizes for the extra snippet of Wayne Deadwood, or what's his face, Skip Ripley sending us to commercial.
Still there.
After we came back from commercial, I accidentally left
You're on the
one of his
bottom,
audio
3
snippets
wide.
in there.
Outside. Keep low. Stay low. Still there.
It happens.
Still there.
I've been talking about wanting to make a, making of video, how I do all these. And I'm going to wait till maybe in the second half of the season somewhere to when I really have this nailed down and I'm not like farting my way through like a making of video, Harry Ball's in the lead here for CMR 21.
Keep low.
It's not really worth talking about where cars are at right now.
Stay low.
I have pulled Dale Earnhardt to the lead, or out to the front of the pack here.
Clear.
And I do want to lead a lap. I could go back through all of my races and find
Outside.
the record of most leaders in a restrictor plate race. It's less than 30. I would remember if we broke the 30 barrier, but it's always in the high 20s, 26, 27, somewhere in there. Yeah, but I want to get this bonus point, get it out of the way.
Stay low. Still there. Clear outside.
I'm going to block Earnhardt, and then I am going to have to let him go. To win a restrictor plate track race, I need to just have perfect luck. I got to be lined up
You are on the point.
how I'm in the lead right now. I got to hit the lead like that on the final 2 laps or something. Anything more than 2 laps, I'm not going to allow myself to just block the AI. That's kind of unfair given the ebb and flow of the race and all the lead changes and stuff,
Still there. Stay high. You're up top. Three
So we'll take her
wide.
3 wide here.
Car inside.
I'm fine with this.
You're up top. 3 wide. Inside. You're up top. 3 wide.
Probably get
Car
pushed to the
inside.
back of the pack, but whatever.
Hold your line. Car inside. Still there. You're up top. 3 wide. Hold your line. Inside. You're up top. 3 wide. Hold your line.
Put the gauges on there for fun.
Car inside. You're up top.
For no real
3 wide.
reason.
Car inside.
Except
You're
to
up top,
almost
3
wreck.
Wide. Car inside. You're up top. 3 wide. Inside. You're up top. 3 wide. Hold your line. Hold your line. Inside.
There's
You're
no
up
4
top,
wide
3
call
wide.
out.
Car inside. Inside.
So whenever I'm
Inside.
3 wide
You're
at
up top,
Talladega
3
especially,
wide. Inside. You're
there's
up top,
always the
3
chance you're
wide.
actually
Car
4
inside.
wide,
You're
and I
up top,
really take
3
it easy.
wide. You're up top. 3 wide.
If I'm on
Car
the
inside.
outside and I hear 3 wide.
You're up top, 3 wide. Hold your line. Inside. Stay high.
Field really bunched up here. I don't like how this looks.
Still there.
All right, good. Felt like there was like a 4 wide kind of deal happening there in front of us. I couldn't see it.
Stay high.
I'd say pit stops are in the mid-20s here. I forgot I didn't. I should update it.
Still
Should
there.
update my spreadsheet.
You're
Oh,
up top, 3 wide.
yep,
Car
yep.
inside. You're up top, 3 wide. The yellow flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the line.
Had an engine
Clear
blow there.
inside. We got a wreck in turn 3.
Somebody.
Slow car down low. Inside. Clear. Pit road is closed.
All right, hopefully Skip Ripley gave you the jive or whatever from the wreck there. I thought there was. Thought I saw a car blow up, but nobody's showing DNF'd right now. But we'll let Skip take us on pit road here.
Skip Ripley giving you the action here on pit road at Talladega in the Jurassic Park 175 under caution.
Keep it under 55.
Pee Wee Herman getting down into his stall. Whitney Houston getting into her stall. Everybody coming down pit road here on a crazy, frantic free-for-all on pit road. Wayne Dead Willie getting into his stall up at the top of the screen.
At the end of pit road. We'll give you 1.5 cans of fuel.
Oh, it's rush hour. It's a feeding frenzy. Oh, Betty Rubble gets into Robin Hood up at the top of the pit road there. Bunch of cars now leaving pit road. Looks like they're just taking on 2 tires and getting out and scooting and booting.
In turn 1. Go, go, go.
Doesn't look like there's too many other than Betty Rubble getting into Robin Hood. We haven't seen a lot of other things going on here on pit road.
Watch that speed now. Keep it on.
It looks like Dale Earnhardt and Harry Carey, the cars involved. Oh, all the cars involved in that wreck. George Costanza, Betty Rubble, Russ Wheeler having trouble in his stall as usual at the front of the pit road. But Harry Carey and Dale Earnhardt having trouble at the end of pit road. We'll see if their cars are affected for the remainder of the race. Hot, intense action. Skip Ripley. Happy to bring it to you.
Okay, merge when you can.
Oh, Murgatroyd on the restart. Wendy Peppercorn has blown her engine. She is out for the remainder of the race. Hot tamale.
All right, getting ready for the restart. Who is that? Skip probably already gave us the hee-ho or whatever on that. I'm about to find out who that is that has DNF'd. I'm trying to give you a look at where your car is at. Dale Earnhardt and Harry Carey took the biggest bumps there in that wreck. Looks like it's Wendy Peppercorn for Truxel. Most likely a DNF there. Anyway, we're getting a hot restart here. Mary Lemieux in the lead.
Green, green, green.
And awful restart for Wayne Deadwillie. He's going to stay low to make sure no one gets a penalty for passing him.
Still there.
But hopefully he can
Still there.
stay in the draft.
Clear.
NASCAR Nation watching with bated breath to see if Mary Lemieux and Harry Carey are sufficiently, wounded enough to be held off the back of the pack here, or with the moderate damage they'll be able to survive. Wayne Deadwilly looked like the moderate damage saved him there. He was just a couple bings and bangs and he was off a pit road. Shouldn't be substantial damage to affect the rest of his race. Betty Rubble was also beat up in that wreck, and it looks like she's going to be off the pack here as well. That backpack struggling to keep up. They lost the draft. George Costanza took a hard hit during that wreck as well. Wayne Deadwilly trying to line up with Harry Balls. I don't know. Doesn't seem like Lemieux and Carey are off the pace too much where they're going to affect the race like Chuck Nolan did at our Daytona 500. Because they are rapidly catching up to the Wayne Deadwilly group. But we'll see what's going on there. We'll send it down to Wayne. Probably not happy that he's off the pack a little bit here, but at least he has some friends.
Thanks, Andre. Yeah, I am not pleased. I'm especially worried that we're running behind George Costanza right now. He took a hard hit, and I thought he was going to be slow. But the moderate damage, you never really can tell. You got to take a pretty hard whack to have it affect you.
Car outside.
But we're all racing back here. It's just
Stay low.
not the hottest
Stay low.
racing from my cockpit right now.
Stay low. Stay low. Clear outside.
It's going to be near impossible to catch up to this.
Oh, great Caesar's Ghost at the back of the pack. Betty Rubble in the number 31 Fruity Pebbles machine. Off the pace, looks like she's blown her engine. Boys, I might have to go give that sweet little apple pie some loving in her trailer.
We're all drinking pee. So, it's not a big deal. But yeah, Wendy Peppercorn DNF, but all these other cars seem like they're still in contention. Especially Dale Earnhardt and Harry Carey. And we have a potential random caution somewhere. All hope is not lost.
A lot of hot, exciting action out on the track.
All right, with 44 laps to go, Larry Bird in the lead. All these names could have changed since as I'm talking, so who knows? Miley Cyrus and Whitney Houston, the Canaries in the top 5. And then 6 through 10, Three Amigos. Again, who cares what's going on right now? But that's not to say the action isn't going to be hot down the stretch. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more of the Jurassic Park 175 here on PBS Sports.
What just make your food fresh?
At Taco Bell, and you feel your taste buds tingle. Taco Bell, what just make you a burrito or a tasty enchilada? Tostadas and tacos made up fresh at Taco Bell. Put a smile on your face. And Taco Bell, everybody loves the taste. And Taco Bell, 'cause we're the fresh food place. Taco Bell.
We are back here at the Jurassic Park 175 at Talladega Superspeedway in Lincoln, Alabama. The 9th race on the Western Cup Series season. My name is Skip Ripley. Aerial views today provided by Pennzoil and the Pennzoil Copter Cam. Amelia Earhart at the controls. A great aerial artist she is as the field heads into turn 1. Oh, we got trouble, fellas. Robin Hood into the wall. Sliding down the track, we got some other cars behind him, though. Coming up, Speed Willie. What's that? Wayne Dead Willie almost hits him, he misses. Unbelievable. Let's see if Robin Hood can get his car going back under its own power. It's not looking good right now for Robin Hood. Still not looking good. With moderate damage, it looks like he's going to go.
All right, a chaotic return there from commercial. Not sure how I'm going to have that edited back. But
Changing just the left sides this time.
all right, we got a bunch of cars. Oh, this is going to be chaos. We got a bunch of cars pitting, a bunch of cars not. They might pit the next time by, but we'll let Skip Ripley do that.
Keep it under 55. Keep it under.
Under caution here for another round of pit stops. This is Skip Ripley bringing you the action. We have a bunch of cars staying out on the track, not going down pit road. You can find your favorite driver there. Meanwhile, the action is hot and intense on pit road. Wayne Dead Willie throwing up his car, and he's out and about.
Keep it under 3,500.
Harry Carey out as well. Little green giant. Robin Hood has to sit there for a while after getting damaged on that wreck. All these other cars look like they're gonna leave pit road without incident. You gotta think what's gonna happen. You gotta think what implications that's gonna have that some of those cars stayed out on the track and didn't pit here.
Stay behind the 14 car.
That's how the cookie crumbled on pit road.
Okay, merge when you can.
All right, getting ready for the restart. We'll have 33 to go at the line. Hopefully giving you an idea on where your car is at. And we'll see if Robin Hood and Jolly Green Giant will be off the pace on this restart. I'm thinking they will be. I think Robin Hood took a pretty hard hit. But we'll see. We had a bunch of cars not pit, so they might be pitting after the green flag flies. There might be a car off the pace. I don't know what's going to happen. Something to think about as well. With 34 to go, pit window here being roughly around 26, 27 laps, we might have some hot splash and go action that PBS Sports is known for with about 7 or 8 laps to go. It's going to be pretty incredible. The random caution did fly during this caution, so we are not going to have a random caution. Wayne Dead Willie's car won't go on the start. It's like going backward.
There are the cross flags.
Wayne Dead Willie's car did not move on the start.
The yellow flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the line.
Great Scott, it seems that Wayne Dead Willie has thrown out the caution on his own. Unprecedented here in the Winston Cup Series. Oh, heavens to Betsy, I'm out of breath. Hot potato, Larry Bird staying out on the track. We have more pit stops here on pit road. Skip Ripley's the name. Pit coverage is my game. Joe Montana getting in his stall. Mary Lemieux up at the end of pit road, filling up fuel and taking on tires. Sweet mother of mercy. Joe Montana does get into, looks like somebody got into him. I think it was Reese Witherspoon up at the top of pit road. Whitney Houston with a dive bomb into her stall. R.L. Stein and William Shakespeare get into each other in the middle of pit road. With moderate damage, none of this really matters and won't have too much of an effect on these cars. And once again, Russ Wheeler having trouble in his stall. And that was how the cake was baked on pit road.
All right, getting ready for another restart. Hey, Wayne, does that playing God, does that give you just a boner in your car right now? That you can just throw a caution whenever you want to? Just a disgusting abuse of power on your part. And let me guess what you're going to do on this restart as we show where your favorite drivers are on this restart. I bet you're going to pull up ahead of the cars in front of you,
Pace car's in.
get a black flag for passing before the stripe, but then take off then just eliminate your black flag with your God powers because you don't want to have a crappy restart. I bet that's what you're planning to do here.
Green, green, green. Oh man, they're showing us a black flag. They say you passed on the inside before the start-finish line. They're gonna make us do a stop and go.
Yeah, it
Outside,
sounds right.
too low.
Sounds like exactly what you're gonna do.
Black flag. Still there.
Yeah, it looks like you just hit 9 on your
Keep low.
in-car keyboard and wiped out that black flag. Trying to think of a better word for that. So no black flag. But anyway, we got 29 to go, which means we still got hot splash and go action. All the cars that didn't pit under that initial caution they did pit. So all the cars are now on the same window. It's going to set up for a hot splash and go finish. If, you don't do your God thing that you were doing before. But it looks like you were able to stay up to speed with them on this restart. And I don't know how I feel about you right now. As I said, just makes me sick, your abuse of power here. But at the same time, whatever. I understand your frustration. You wouldn't want to sit back there in 40th the rest of the race,
Outside.
knowing that the rain of caution has already fallen anyway.
Keep low.
You were probably just limp, and you threw it out. The more I talk about it, the more I agree with your decision. But anyway,
Clear.
we'll see what you can do here in the final home stretch of the race.
Thanks, Andre. Yeah, that was bullshit. Like I had the gas pedal down, and I was actually slowing down. Like my gas pedal was fully down, and it's just something that happens at the restrictor plate track sometimes that your car just doesn't go on the restart. Like it's only at Talladega too. That doesn't happen at Daytona. But thankfully, throwing that caution not going to have an effect on the race. Of course, some cars, we're going to have a pitting issue, but that was probably going to bring out a caution or something anyway, because there's going to, I don't know why some of those cars decided not to pit on that initial caution. So good luck, bad luck, whatever. I mean, if I had shit and get on that restart, we wouldn't have thrown that random caution, or just thrown the caution, So it's just the randomness of the Winston Cup Series on PBS Sports. It is what it is. I don't feel bad about it at all. Oh, we do have somebody pitting or something here. Got a bunch of cars going up the track.
Still there.
No, that was weird.
Keep high.
It's just an entire group of cars moved to the top of the track. I don't know what that was about.
Stay high. Still there. Clear. Car inside. Still there. Keep high.
Robin Hood on the inside of me here. Apparently his car is not damaged.
Stay high.
We do have a pitter, Larry Bird, going into pit. Now, some of these cars might be pitting thinking they can splash and go here and make it to the end of the race. But you have to pit with somebody. You can't go in by yourself. So a very stupid decision by Larry Bird.
Still there.
AC Racing driver.
Keep low.
Unbelievable.
Clear outside. Car outside. Stay low. Stay low. Clear. Car outside. Stay low. Stay low. Stay low. Keep low. Clear outside. Outside. Clear outside. Car outside. Stay low. Still there.
All right, looks like the field's going to encounter Larry Bird coming out of pit road.
Clear outside.
And hopefully slow him up because it feels like I'm losing the draft here.
Still there. Clear outside.
Dale Earnhardt, banged and beaten on the rear, apparently is faster than me right now. I'm up to speed. I'm going how fast you should be going in the draft. Just, I don't know. Larry Bird's not off the pace, I assume. He's just slower. But it should still bunch up this pack to where I can get back into racing. I'm Whitney Houston, stay back there, man. Woman. That should only be a half can of fuel.
No tires this time, guys.
Because it's going to be about 4 laps. I don't know, maybe just a splash because a full can would be about 12, 13 laps. Half can would be 6, so even less than that. So I'm just going to do a splash on this final pit stop. I got to catch up to these guys. I got to catch up to them here. Them running 3 wide helps some. It's not like Daytona where the track's a little bit tighter and they have to slow up a little bit to go 3 wide. Here at Talladega, they can keep their speed up going 3 wide. Whitney Houston, God bless America, man. Yeah, I don't think I've mentioned as Wayne Deadwilly, but we lost Betty Rubble somewhere.
Car outside. Stay low. Clear.
All right, I'm finally can get back into this.
Car outside. Keep low. Still there.
Now,
Keep low.
that splash of fuel might change. I got to remember, with 6 to go, I have to take a half can, because that's 6. Or no, I don't, because everyone can make it the rest of the... Not, you know, I'm trying to think about the math here. A splash is the way to go. Splash. Everyone pitted with like 30 to go. And you're missing about 3 laps. No matter when you pit, you still need 3 laps of fuel, which is a splash. So I don't want to overthink that. God, I don't want to lose this draft, though. I've raced here on this game long enough to know that my car, even with moderate damage, it's hurting just enough that I can't get back in the thick of this right now. I pulled up to them. They're just running so fast. I need to catch a break somewhere. I mean, I'm still in this draft. It still feels good. But I am flirting with disaster here. One false move, one clip of the apron, I'm in trouble. I can't lose any speed here at all.
Car outside. Still there.
No riveting commentary because I'm trying. This is my season here. Can't lose this draft. I gotta gain some spots down the stretch.
That car's a lap down.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's not like Daytona where I can make a charge through the field. It's a different feel to Talladega.
Car outside. Still there. Stay low. Still there. Clear outside.
Come on, baby. I mean, it's obviously not going to happen. If I haven't been able to pull up to them and make passes, it's just not going to happen. They're just humming right now, and I can't catch up to them. I gotta try to go to the high side and latch on to Joe Montana. And then use the hill here, gain some speed, try to get down to this bottom. Damn it. Throw me a rope, Joe. I need help. Don't move in the line. Don't move back and forth. Son of a bitch. All right, a lot of 3 wide action. It might help me out some. I think I was 4 wide there for a while. Not how I envisioned. Not how I envisioned this restart to go. I thought I was gonna make a charge at the front here. I got nothing. Looks like Harry Carey and Harry Balls off the field. So is Chuck Nolan, or Chuck Nolan's right on me. But I think I saw Will Shakespeare's name back there as well.
Car outside.
I would like Dale Earnhardt to jump down here.
Clear outside.
There we go. It's almost like they lined up and just took off. Like I couldn't even suck up to Walter
We got
White
just
there.
10 more to go.
All right, come on. If I can just pass a couple cars, I can get into the thick of it and something can happen.
Outside. Keep low.
All right, looks
Keep low.
like I made a pass right there, but Earnhardt's going to have a big run down the back stretch. I need Muhammad Ali to jump down to the bottom line, give me something to latch onto. There you go.
Stay low. Still there.
So Earnhardt was beat up in a wreck. I had some damage from a wreck, and we're both hanging back here. So that the moderate damage might have affected the car for sure. There's just no. It's
Still
just
there.
there's just no way it didn't.
Clear outside. Outside. Still there.
What I need to hope for
Still
now,
there.
my only hope is the pit stops.
Still there.
Something happens
Clear
with these pit
outside.
stops, because it's just gonna be splash and goes.
Car outside. Clear outside.
As soon as I see someone pitting, I'm going in with them. Can't lose this draft though. I gotta latch on to. I gotta go wherever Earnhardt goes. Bummer. What are you doing, Earnhardt? Damn it. A win. I just don't see myself winning this now. There's just no way. Barely hanging on to this draft. It's unbelievable.
Just 5 more to go.
Just got the call out for 5 more to go. We should be seeing the pit stops beginning. Yeah, there's some moves. Somebody's going in, but I gotta wait till somebody near me pits.
Outside. Stay low. You're on the bottom, 3 wide.
Being
Skip Ripley here giving you the action in the final laps of the race. It's going to be about the next 4 laps. PBS Sports putting a lot of faith in me to get us to the checkers. Russ Wheeler having a lot of trouble in his pit stalls the last few races to see if he can get in and out and about here.
3 wide. Car outside.
Seems like Mary Lemieux's always on pit road.
Stay low.
Harry Balls and Harry Carey, the Harrys. Going through the trial at a blistering pace. Russ Wheeler in and out on pit road. If you're a rocker 105, you gotta love that pit stop. William Shakespeare in the number 9 Bass Pro Shops. In and out on pit road. We got more automobiles coming down pit road right now. We got Gumby and Steve Irwin staying out on the track.
Limit 55. Keep it under 35.
Slap me silly. These splash and goes are going to be incredible. Wayne Deadwilly kind of cheating by cutting through a bunch of pit stalls to get to his own pit stall. Seems like he's making up the rules as he goes along today, fellas.
Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Keep it under 55.
He's in and out and about.
In second.
Harry Carey dropping down on the pit road, but Harry Ball stays out.
Keep it on 3,500. In second.
John McClain is service. He's leaving pit road. So is Walter White, Bart Simpson, and number 15 Butterfingers Toyota. Russ Wheeler, Mary Lemieux, and Joe Montana pitting a lap ago have now come around, and they are passing these cars that are leaving pit road.
Merge when you can.
The camera panning to find John McClain. I wonder why. More action on pit road. Let's see who it is. It's Pee Wee Herman, Bob Ross, Elton John in another car that I wasn't able to see in time. The camera's still looking for John McClain for some reason. He's in line with Walter White coming around in the middles up 3 and 4. The 4th car in that line was the Flapper Miley Cyrus. Harry Balls on pit road. Bret Hart, Walter White, and John McClain coming through the trial. We're in the waning laps here at the Jurassic Park 175 at Talladega Super Speedway in Lincoln, Alabama. 427,000 fans on their feet. Watching John McClain and Walter White and Bret Hart down the backstretch. No more action on pit road. Oh, great Caesar's Ghost, we have trouble in turns 3 and 4. John McClain's engine is blown. That's probably why the camera was looking for him earlier, fellas. Meanwhile, Wayne Deadwilly, Bart Simpson, and Reese Witherspoon coming out of turn 4, coming into the tri-oval. Feels like we have 2 laps to go. We've had some cars not pit yet. Oh, Reese Witherspoon right in front of Wing Dead Willie. Blows her engine. Wing Dead Willie survives. She goes to the bottom of the track. Wayne Dead Willie survives. Oh, Gumby may have just won this race, fellas. It was hard to remember who pitted and who didn't as I'm watching the replay here. This is live. What? Reese Witherspoon have a lot of trouble trying to get her car back to pit road. I don't think she's going to be able to do it. The checkered flag is flying. I believe Gumby has won this race for RFY Racing. Another gaggle of cards coming through the tri-oval here. We'll have to wait for these official results at the end of the race to find out exactly where your favorite driver finished. Some cars did not pit. Wayne Dead Willie bringing the Unical's number 76 car across the start finish line. John McClane made it back to pit road. Just a heroic effort by him. Hot tomato.
Limit 55. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds.
All right, let's try to make sense of this. Yeah, I'm guessing those top 13 drivers just did not have to pit. They were able to stretch their fuel out somehow. I don't know. Gumby got the win. Steve Irwin was staying out there. And look at the son of a bitch in P4, Robin Hood. You know, the points leader. And Benedict Arnold. I mean, 2 of the big points leaders that everybody else needs them to fall. And they're they're 2 of the 13 drivers that stretch their fuel out here and get a top 10 finish out of this. Just awful. Awful news for everybody else. But let's keep an eye on Jennifer here. She got George Costanza and Dale Earnhardt finishing 11th and 12th. Dale Earnhardt should not have finished P12 this race after having that wreck and losing his the rear of his car. But just like the 1997 Daytona 500, he's like, crank it up, or whatever he said. Yeah, okay. Mario Lemieux, a big points name. He has a decent finish. But, I mean, it's good to see Russ Wheeler up there as well. Nothing else sticking out here. Sally Ride did not get her top 10 yet. And now looking at page 2 of the results, I ended up finishing P24, Sally Ride P26. And Reese Witherspoon, her engine blew, but apparently, I'm guessing she hadn't pitted yet or something, to where she was able just to limp around the track with that blown engine and not finish in the P40 or whatever, or like over near where John McClane did, because when I was entering all the data from the race results into these graphics, I was like, where's Reese Witherspoon? Why isn't she on this? Did I make a mistake? Nope. Like, that's where the standings put her. So, make sense of that, I guess. Nothing else sticking out over on the right. John McClane, a DNF. Another DNF for John McClane. Betty Rubble, another DNF for B. Spinney. Wendy Peppercorn had that DNF. Harry Ball's easily his worst finish. But we're hitting up Vegas next. But we'll talk about that after the bonus points. And we'll look at those bonus points real quick. Carmen Sandiego led the most laps. 9. I don't know when that happened. But you can see if your favorite driver got a bonus point. I think this ended up being 26. I could count them right now, but I think there ended up being 26 leaders here. And the 3 bonus points for the fastest laps, Benedict Arnold, Elton John, and Bob Ross. So you always see Benedict Arnold's name everywhere. It's getting annoying. And that will do it for Talladega. We have Vegas coming up next. Yeah, trying to find a groove with Skip. I mean, I don't think extended coverage is the way to go with him. I don't have it in me. Like, I know I have the self-awareness to know when something just isn't working. But we'll figure something out for him. But yeah, thanks for watching. The restrictor plate tracks are always fun, and this ended up being wild, and I have no regrets about clearing my black flag and then throwing that caution to balance the universe out. My pedal was to the floor, and it was like the brake pedal was put in. It was ridiculous and unfair. So nope, not gonna do it. So that's all right. So we have Vegas and Pocono coming up, Texas. A lot of fun, fast tracks, and I'll see you there for Skip Ripley and Andre the Giant. This is Wayne Dadewilly. See you in Vegas.